Hello creeps! Andy here, and today I wanted to do a video that I've seen around mainly on shorts. I guess it's got to be on TikTok or something, but basically what people do is they rank the 5 best, I don't know, foods or ice creams or whatever it is on a little, what do you call that thing? Filter? I don't know. I'm old. But anyways, basically it's a little thing that brings up a food and then they rank it from 1 to 5 without seeing what comes up next. I'm gonna do that with books today. So basically I'm going to ask my husband to select 10 books from my library, and he's going to give them to me one by one, and I have to rank the 10 best books without seeing what comes next. And then at the end, we'll have a little discussion on what I would change and stuff. I think this will be fun. I did ask my husband to do this for me last week and he miserably messed up the directions. I actually I did film the video, but it just was such a disaster that I never posted it, and he was at work the time that I was filming it, so we couldn't fix the issues. Let me show you how everything got messed up in that video. So our first book is one that I haven't read, which is so funny because I know this was right here, and I told him this is a bookshelf of books that I haven't read yet, so don't select from this pile. And I also asked him to pick out a few separate books, and it looks like he did not do that either. So cool, because my husband doesn't know how to follow directions. Surprise, surprise. Another one that I have not read, and I know it was on this shelf. So I think we need to fire my husband. Oh, look it, he picked 2. So he can't even count. So that's good. Yeah, so we're gonna try it again today. And he's gonna be here this time, so that way if he selects a book that I haven't read before, I can ask him to pick something else. So I'm gonna ask him to come in, select books. I won't be in the room when he does it, and then I'll meet you back here in a few minutes. And yeah, we'll start. Okay, so if you hear a disembodied voice, that is my husband. And so let's rank these books. He selected 10 books. Hopefully this goes a little bit smoother than the last time we tried. You can talk. He's just shaking his head now. Okay, hand me my first book, please. And I'm gonna, I'm gonna keep a list here so I remember where it goes. Okay, we're starting off strong. Paul Tremblay's The Cabin at the End of the World. I love this book. This is a great choice. This is about people who go to stay at the cabin and then other people break in and tell them that if they don't willingly sacrifice one of them, their own, that the end of the world will come. So it's a great book, fantastic, up for interpretation as to what's actually going on. It is a really great read, and I do love Paul Tremblay. This is going to be hard, but I have a feeling that there's going to be books that I like more than this one. So I'm going to put this at a solid 4. I think that's good. Okay, yeah, I feel good about that one. Number 4. Oh, and also tell me where you would place these books as well. All right, number 2. The Ruins by Scott Smith. Oh, this one's so good. This one has to be high. This is one of my favorite horror books ever written. It's about a group of tourists that go to Mexico and they don't listen to the native people. They go up on these ruins and the natives won't let them leave. And they don't know why at first, and it turns out that, well, I guess I can't really tell you what's going on, can I? But anyways, a fantastic book, so visceral. You feel like you're there, and it's a fantastic book. It's one of the best books. I think I'm gonna put this one at number 2. Like, this is one of my favorite books. You're doing good. Next. Oh, fuck. You got some good ones here. This is Bobbing for Bodies by Addison Moore. This is that Murder in the Mix series. Now, are these the best books ever written? No. Are they a little silly or ridiculous? Yes. Do I love them with every fiber of my being? Absolutely. So these are up there, but I know that there's books that I love more than these. These are just fun reads. A little murder in a cute little town and this baker solves it. So I'm gonna put this at like a 5. This is a solid 5. So far, I think we're doing pretty good. Oh no, you're giving me too good. You're giving me too much. Okay, this is The Martian by Andy Weir. This is one of my favorite books of all time. This might sound a little dramatic, especially for you, for someone who doesn't read. This book changed my life. It's just a story about a man who gets stuck on Mars, and it really is just a survival story and how far this man goes to try to get home. And it's so fucking inspiring and beautiful. And you've seen the movie. Do you like the movie?
Yeah, the movie's good.
Yeah, the movie's pretty good. I mean, the movie's good. The book is amazing. So it is definitely one of my favorite books. I think I'm gonna put this at number 3. I feel like we're good so far.
We'll see.
Well, yeah, that's true. We'll see. Okay, I'm excited. Next. Sir, what are you doing to me? This is American Psycho by Bret Easton Ellis, and this goes in the number 1 place always and forever. I don't think I need to tell you what American Psycho is about, but you know, it's about Patrick Bateman and his, depending on how you read the book, either his unquenchable need for murder or his delusions. But either way, one of the best books I've ever read, one of my favorite books, and I will die on that hill that this is one of the best books ever written. Now, I know that's controversial. I know it's not for everybody, and I completely understand when people don't enjoy it. You know, there's a lot of descriptions, page after page, of just like suits and material items, but I think everything's there for a reason. I think this is one of the best books ever written, and this will always be one of my top books. So I feel good putting this at number 1. I don't think anything's gonna beat this. Next! Oh shit. Oh no! Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. Oh no, you picked all good books. There is absolutely no way that Bobbing for Bodies is above Jane Eyre. There's no way. This would probably be in my top 3 for sure if I could put it there. And it's definitely not, I don't think that The Cabin at the End of the World is better than this either. I mean, this is one of my favorite books of all time. This would probably be like 2. If I'm honest. I absolutely love this book so much. It's just kind of about this woman named Jane Eyre, and you go through her whole life, her, you know, trials and tribulations, her difficulties in life, and then you get to see where she is as an adult, and then it turns into kind of a love story, and then other stuff happens. But this is another book that absolutely changed my life, and it was one of the first books that I read in college after I changed my major to English, because at first my major was American Sign Language Interpreting, and then when I transferred to university, I didn't know if I wanted to do sign language or English, and then in one of my classes I was given Jane Eyre to read, and I read it, and although it's not a horror book at all, it's a classic novel, it's in the literary canon. I mean, probably most people have read it, especially people that have English degrees. However, there are some creepy scenes in here, and it just made me realize that there's kind of horror in everything, and even a book that was written so long ago. I mean, I don't know why, I don't understand why these types of books don't have the publication date on them. That infuriates me. Tell me when you were published, please. I know it was written in like the 1800s. It was published in 1847. That's an old ass book, but one of the best books ever, and it just made me realize that I was in the right place, because I was worried going into getting my English degree that the books wouldn't entertain me as much as, you know, because I read mostly horrors and thrillers and science fiction and stuff, and I found so many horror books, or at least books that have horror elements in them. And I mean, this is, you know, one of the most classic novels of all time, and there's still a lot of creepy stuff that goes on in this book. So yeah, this book changed my life. I'm gonna have to put it at number 6, and it absolutely would not be, and it a little bit breaks my heart that it has to be number 6, but that's where it is. I'm really impressed with your selection so far, and you also just broke my heart with that last one, so.
Shouldn't have ranked things so high.
I know. Next. Oh my god, why are you just picking the best books ever? This is Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? This is by Philip K. Dick, and this is the book that the movie Blade Runner is based off of. This is, again, one of my favorite books of all time. I will eventually do a movie versus book on it, but it was one of those books where you read it and there's just a lot to unpack and a lot to compare, and I wanted to watch the new movie as well. So I haven't done a movie versus book yet, but I will do that. I'm sure everybody knows what this book is about, but it's about this guy named Rick Deckard, and he is paid to retire these androids, and it's just like his whole mission. And it's a wonderful book, a fantastic novel, an excellent movie too. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, and so I want to cry putting this at number 7. There's absolutely no way in hell this would be number 7. This is so hard too because these books are so fundamentally different from each other. Like, this is such a classic science fiction novel. How do you compare that to Jane Eyre? Yeah, this has to be number 7 and I hate myself for it. Okay, next. Please pick a bad book. Okay, here we go. This is perfect. Damned by Chuck Palahniuk. Not a bad book at all, but definitely not one of my favorites. This is about a girl, it's been so long since I've read this. Madison, she's a 13-year-old girl, and I think she dies. Yeah. Oh, she dies of a marijuana overdose. Don't remember that part in the book. Anyways, it says the last thing she remembers is getting into a town car and falling asleep. Then she wakes up in hell, literally. And it's her journey through hell. As with most Chuck Palahniuk's, I think there's a lot under the surface. And I do remember these books having a lot of, I can't remember if it's like Greek mythology or something, but he definitely uses other stories, maybe even historical figures. I can't remember, but there are a lot of people in hell that you would recognize. So yeah, this is definitely not one of my favorites. I think I would probably enjoy this one more if I read it today, but when I read it, it definitely wasn't my favorite Palahniuk, and I believe it's Doomed and then Damned, if I'm not mistaken. I think this is the second in the series. Let me just double check. Oh no, it's Damned and then Doomed. Sorry, so this is the first one. So actually I did like this one more than Doomed, but it's still not my favorite. I'm gonna put this at number 9 because I feel like there's definitely books that I enjoyed less, but that one wasn't my favorite. Okay, yeah, I feel good with that. Next. Oh, okay, cool. Andy Weir, Hail Mary, Project Hail Mary. This one was fine. There was nothing wrong with it. And he is a great writer, great science fiction story. It's about a man who wakes up on a mission in space and he has no recollection of why he's there, who he is, what he's doing, and all of his shipmates are dead. So a really cool story, and it is really entertaining, but it's more cute, which I know sounds kind of weird because that description doesn't sound cute, but it is a really cute story. And it's fun. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Again, he's a great writer. But whereas The Martian changed my life, this one was just kind of fun to read, you know? So it wasn't anything super special. And I don't know what you're gonna pick next, but I definitely liked this one more than Damned. So I'll put Project Hail Mary at number 8. So let's see what's in last place. I'm a little nervous. Oh, no, no, don't make me do this. Don't make me put this in number. Don't make me put this in last place. Don't make me put this in last place. You fucked me with this list.
You started too high.
I started way too high. This is Kurt Vonnegut's Mother Night. This is one of my favorite books of all time and absolutely my favorite Kurt Vonnegut book. Maybe tied with Slaughterhouse-Five because I love that one too. But this book, oh my god, it's so amazing. I talked about this one a lot because I read it last year. But it's about this man. His job is to give out propaganda during World War II for the Nazi Party. He's an American, but he's living in Germany. However, you find out later that through his propaganda, he's actually giving information to the Allies. So it's just this blurring of morality because you really don't know where this man stands. You have no idea whose side he's on. You have no idea how he feels about either the Nazi Party or the Allies. Like, you really don't know what's going on. And on one hand, you're like, well, fuck this guy because the things he says are awful and people are always complimenting on him. And he's obviously influenced a lot of people saying a lot of horrible things. So on one hand, you're like, this guy's awful. There's no redemption. But on the other hand, you don't know if he actually believes what he's saying, and you don't know if he's only doing it to help or to hurt, you know? Like, it's such an interesting story. The end absolutely destroyed me. It is an interesting book and one of my favorite books ever written, and it kills me to put this at number 10. Okay, oh my gosh. So I guess Mother Night coming in at number 10. That is horrendous. I cannot believe you made me do this. This is grounds for divorce. That is awful. That is awful.
How about to throw in a mix, you get one swap?
Ooh, I like this. One swap. Okay. See, now the question is, does Mother Night come in before or after American Psycho? Because it beats all the other books. But then, oh, but I have to swap it with one. Oh no. Oh no, because then the other one goes to number 10. I don't want to put any of the other ones at number 10. You know, I think I've made my bed. I think I'm going to sleep in it.
Okay.
Because I'm going to put it at number 2 or 3 and then another amazing book is going to be at number 10. You know, like it really doesn't make much of a difference.
I mean, it doesn't have to be that book that you swap.
No, I know, but there's nothing that I need to redeem more than number 10.
Gotcha.
If I could have it my way.
Nope, this is your way. Set in stone, you've told the internet.
I honestly don't even know how I would rank these because these are just such different books. Jane Eyre would definitely be in my top 3. Mother Night would be in my top 3, but then what goes next? Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep would definitely be up there, but then I also love The Martian and the Ruins, but which one do I love more? I don't know. This is so fucking hard. But anyways, I just thought that this would be a fun video. You did a really great job picking books this time. You sucked last time. But anyways, thank you so much for selecting books for me.
No problem.
That was very fun. I hate you a little bit for making me put Mother Night last.
I didn't do you did that.
Yeah, but you purposely kept it to the end so I would screw myself.
Should have thought about it.
Well, I didn't think you were going to pick such good books. I think if anything, probably Damned would be last on the list. Because that's the only one on here that I'm like, it's okay. Anyways, let me know how you guys rank these books. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon with another horror video. Bye! You want to say bye?
Goodbye!
That was a good one. Good one. I hate you, but good one.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper.